Welcome to the Bougie Multipreneur Podcast. I'm your host, Hillary Hushauer Jones. Tune into my show where we discuss how to attract more money so you can spend more money. Hi, welcome back to the Bougie Multipreneur. I'm your host, Dr. Hillary. Hey, friends. Today's episode is for the person who feels like they're doing all the right things, but somehow things still aren't clicking. You're showing up, you're working hard, you're staying committed, but something feels off. And instead of asking, what if I change the plan? You might be saying to yourself, what's wrong with me? I know I have done that before, but let's just say this today, right out the gate, that changing the path is not the same thing as quitting. Sometimes the road you're on just stops working and it forces it to make things harder, right? What are we going to do? Let's talk about when your plan stops working. Maybe you feel this way now or in the past, but there's this pressure that we have, especially for high achievers. And that's how I feel, to stay the course no matter what, right? We're told to stick it out. Don't quit, just push through it, just work harder, maybe work more. The truth is I've learned over the years as a business owner, chiropractor, business coach, and, just me, that hard work on the wrong strategy still leads to burnout. You can love your job and you still need to change how you do it. You can believe in your business and still need a new structure. I mean, things change, right? Sometimes we have to roll with the times. We can be committed and still admit that there's something isn't producing. We're not getting the results that we want, right? So ignoring this doesn't make you strong. It makes you stuck. Let's talk about staying where you are, but doing it differently. Because sometimes the answer isn't just quitting the job or selling the business, burning everything down. I mean, how many times have we joked about, let's just burn it all down? The answer could be changing your schedule. It could be redefining your role, setting boundaries. Oh, that B word, boundaries. Delegating. Oh, the D word, so hard. The delegation. Charging differently, maybe. And saying no to things that no longer align. And, things change, right? I have been in business for over 18 years. Things are so different now. And I feel like every year or two, it changes again. There's so much change that happens. And for someone like me, type A, who doesn't like change, it can be rough and hard on me, hard on the business, hard on my family, right? But I see this often in professionals that, I love what I do. I just hate how I'm doing it, right? Especially for chiropractors, we love taking care of people. Sometimes we hate the business side, and that's okay because you don't have to love both, and things just need to change, right? It's not a failure. It's just data. It just is what it is. And if you don't pause to adjust your body, your mental health, your relationships could force the change for you. So pause, think, what do we need to adjust? It's not going right. I don't like this. Things aren't where I should be. This isn't as fun as it used to be. I don't feel fulfilled, things like that. That's what I tell myself, like, what's going on? I check in with myself. So sometimes we just can't do it alone. This is where mentors and coaches come in. And I want to normalize this, that this is okay and this is normal. Businesses need a coach. We need a mentor. And it's not a bad thing to reach out for help, right? They have more of an outside perspective. They can use their clarity to help us see through this mud or muck that we've got going on, and look over the data over the years that we've already had of trial and error and really hone in on some things for us. If you've ever read the book Atomic Habits by James Clear, I recommend that one. But he says you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. Years ago, I started doing systems and processes, my SOP manuals, if you will. I used to write them for other businesses because I believe so heartily in them. Nowadays, with AI, you can get this stuff done super quick, but it's the systems and the regularly checking in on them. Um, when you're inside your own life or business, you can't always see the system clearly. And I know I find that personally if you think about your business or your life. So a mentor or a coach doesn't change like who you are, they just change how you're operating. And maybe that's the change you need. That just because you did it one way in the past and it's been working doesn't mean that you have to continue it. And I'm a big fan of not every business is the same. If we look at even in the chiropractic realm, I just don't think it's a one size cookie cutter. I don't think everyone should have and run the same system and same business plan. And that's why I love me as a business coach being able to meet my clients where they are. And it's not a plan like I don't cookie cutter. I don't give them an outline of here's what we have to do and here's the marketing you have to do and here's the patients you have to see. No, I just don't think it's a one size fits all. Most of the time I help my clients clean up like the chaos that they have going on, like so the immediate things they have, and simplify their decisions, break it down for them, what we need to start now and what we're going to put on the back burner. Maybe it's restructuring their week and how they do things. When do they need to come in? What times do they need to block? I find that for me and for a lot of people I know, blocking time to get things done is necessary or else we don't get it done. Also, I think that we need to stop over giving. I'm such a giver. I'm a people pleaser and I give. And sometimes it just takes a toll on you, right? It also takes a toll if you're trying to run a business. You can only give so much, especially in like free services, right? And then helping create more sustainable growth and how like a plan of action, not just on a whim, like all right, this week I'm going to try this. Next month, I'm going to try this. It's a plan. We just change the approach to it, but not the whole identity of the business. And then that's when we usually find the relief, right? So if you've been feeling like I can't keep doing it this way, or I just don't know what else to do, it's not a dead end. It's an invitation. It's an invitation to change, to do something different. And if you don't know what to change, how to change, that's a great point because you need someone else with a clearer vision to come in and help. And it doesn't mean forever, but for right now, this season of life that you're in or your season of business that you're in, it might be a time for a change. And when you're ready to do that, like step out, find someone, talk to someone, find a mentor, a business coach. There's so many business coaches out there. I typically do a lot of chiropractors and smaller like service-based businesses, but there's so many business coaches, right? I personally like the ones that are geared towards that specific business, but a good coach is a good coach, to be honest. I would just find someone that doesn't make you do their cookie cutter plan, that listens to what you want and helps you build that dream and make it a reality. So I want to leave you with this. If something isn't working, you are allowed to change it. You don't need permission. You don't really need to justify it. You don't need to suffer to prove your commitment and how great you are as a business owner. Sometimes the bravest thing you can say is, this version of the plan no longer fits. And if you need help figuring out like what the next version looks like, that's literally why I'm here. Thanks for spending the time with me today. I know it was a short podcast. I hope it resonated with you guys. This happens to me. And honestly too, I change business coaches often, but I have been under business coaching before I graduated chiropractic school. So yes, I highly believe in it. And if it's not business that you are lacking in, let's say it's personal, it's your personal relationships. Also, this is the time to find the right therapist or life coach. Years ago, I took a course on intuitive life coaching and it was wonderful. I like to bring a little bit into that the life coaching in with the business coaching when needed, not often. And sometimes people say they don't want it. And I'm like, that's fine. I get it. But it's okay to reach out and find like even a personal coach or like a therapist. So I think reaching out and asking for help is amazing. And please reach out to me if you need any help. I personalize in, again, small businesses. I even coach staff and other professionals within the business and just kind of like whatever the team needs, so to speak. So have a wonderful day, and I hope you're going to make it a bougie week. Click subscribe so you don't miss the next episode, and let's make some money.